Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teacher. Can someone explain to me why is opening day as early as it is? The Cubs have their opening day home opener Thursday, March 26th. I mean, it's like 15 degrees outside right now. I don't think it's going to be all that much warmer, maybe 45 degrees, maybe 50 degrees for that opening day. I know the World Baseball Classic is coming up pretty soon. I thought maybe for that they would maybe not start until the second weekend of April. So I don't know why they do that. My solution is I would love to see this. Have a few planned double headers at your home ballpark. And I would have them on Saturdays, have like a Saturday noon game and then a Saturday night game, two different gates. So the owners still get their money. And then once in a while, have a Sunday off for the players. So that way they can spend the Sunday with their family. Usually it's the day before they're going out of town on a road trip, whatever it is. But I worked a couple of those planned doubleheaders. The Cubs have had some where there were different things in the neighborhood, and they decided to have a planned doubleheader on a Saturday. Beautiful, beautiful idea, especially from a vendor's perspective. All right, class is in session. Today is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Lesson number 120, and today goes out to Doogie's Dugout. That's where I'll be sharing something from Doogie here in a little bit. I don't do a lot of breaks. You know, I'm opening cards all the time, so there are three people that I break with. Lively Card Collector, which, you know, I saw a list that had the top 5 breakers on YouTube, and he wasn't on there, so I demand a recount. Brad wasn't even on there. What kind of list was that? And also, just a guy in his cards. He is on Twitter. And of course, Brad. Brad always has things that are very reasonably priced. Does a great job of shipping everything, and I'll be sharing his cards here soon. Does not do as much normal content anymore, but good dad, good friend, and still an Angels fan after all their troubles. So, Brad, thank you very much for what I'm about to show here. And in 1980, the United States hockey team won gold. That's right. As a Ute, I thought that the game against the Soviets was for the gold medal, but it was not. I learned that maybe around the age of 10 or 12, I want to say. But the United States 2 days later defeated Finland 4-2 to win the gold medal to cap off that awesome experience for the 1980 Olympic team. And I've got over there in the corner, you can see it right over there. That's a Miracle on Ice poster. Probably a bad angle, so just take my word for it, folks. And in 1874, Honus Wagner was born. I read a book about the T206, the tobacco card, a few years ago, and a really good story about just the different cards that were out there. Some of the counterfeits that were out there, and just some really good stories. And it kind of reminded me of the Walmart contest. So Walmart purchased the card at auction, and then they had their own contest with buying sports cards that went along with it, trying to get people excited to buy sports cards. And it reminded me of how Topps has the Mickey Mantle chase going on as well. And it also reminded me of how right now, I saw this morning that Upper Deck, I think it's Upper Deck, had another release of the Space Jam cards, which has Michael Jordan autographs in this. So for $20, folks, you got to take your chances to try to get a Michael Jordan autograph. Let's see what I got in my break with Doogie's Dugout. All right, we're back. So first up, I got a stack of base here. I've already made a few team sets, and I've given those away to some former students that I know that are really big Cubs fans. So for me, getting the breaks, it was a case of jumbos, knowing that I'm going to get a bunch of Cub cards, be able to put together some team sets. That was a pretty good idea for me as well. So I got a few more left of those to give away. And now here are the things that would be sleeved or top loaded. So we got Matt Shaw on the Gold Cup. We got Pete Crow Armstrong on the big ticket. I'm going to start putting the Pete Crow Armstrongs up here, so I got quite a few of them. Did well with the silver packs. Kyle Tucker, no longer a Cub. Pete Crow Armstrong right there. Old Brad got me going on a PCA rainbow here, as you'll see as everything goes on. Salmon Slammy Sosa has been back in the product the past couple of years. There's Shota, fresh after a haircut. A little bit longer here for most of the season, maybe a little closer to opening day. No matter how cold it was, Shota would not wear sleeves. Tough guy right there. There we go. Pete Crow Armstrong hits his 25th round tripper to reach 25 and 25. And another 25, of course, is stolen bases. 2 jacks in Minnesota. Wonder if a commenting collector was there trying to catch that ball. 25 dingers on the season. Looking forward to him having another really good year this year. And he's been talking more and more about how he loves being a Chicago Cub. Possibly looking for that next contract right there. What does Ken Griffey Jr., the kid, have to say about PCA? Defense like a highlight reel. Reminds me of myself out there. Confident, smooth, fearless. The PCA files. There we go. Putting that one up there as well. There's Shota with the longer hair. Flowing in the Wrigley breeze. There we go. All right, back on the PCA rainbow. He tailed off a little bit second half of the year. He acknowledged that and said he had some things to work on. That's what you like your guys doing. This one here, top loaded, not top loaded. I think it was top loaded. There we go. There we go. And this is what I like to see. Nico Horner getting some respect with the bat relic. Almost 600 bats, one shy. He scored 89 runs, 178 hits, 297 batting average. Great player. Look to see him to be in a Cubs uniform for a long time there. So glad he finally got the respect of game-used memorabilia for his bat. Seiya Suzuki, game-used memorabilia as well. That's the famous home run swing right there. Or that high towering fly ball that goes to the warning track. One of the two. All right, there we go. Pete Crow Armstrong out of the old sand glitter gold. Old Brad's got a word for that. I can't use it because he's trademarked it, I guess. But 43 out of 50. Beautiful looking card there. I think Pete's going to be one of those players, kind of like Bobby Witt. He's always going to have that horizontal card, diving, whatever it might be. And, man, the silver packs were popping for the Chicago Cubbies here. This is out of 150. There's Shota with the long, flowing locks. So, folks, if you are interested in some breaks, don't be afraid to check out Doogie's Dugout. I can give him a rousing. So I was fumbling over my words during the outro, and I ran out of space. I was trying to say stamp of approval. Class is dismissed.